So I was sitting back looking at social media, and I came across this video where there was a person talking about there was some Christian singer who had just recently denounced the faith and was saying that they no longer believed in the Most High. And of course, that captured my attention. So I had to, listen to the video and get more information. And listen to the person talk and didn't really get into the, all of the video. But I just wanted to understand some things. And I'm talking to you guys today because I told you I would come back and do this video at the appropriate time. We talked about some things, we'll get to that, but we talked about some things in the previous video and we'll discuss those. But more importantly, for educational purposes, because I've realized that, I am in the Most High service. My duty is to educate you folks. And in various ways, I see that you're grossly, educated on certain, things about the Most High and about His science and about life in general, folks. You're self-serving with how you're seeking something. And there were a few questions that this person had in their video, and I made it a point to jot these questions down, and I'm going to answer the questions, talk about a few other things relative to what I've been hearing about people talk about, conspiracy theory and, things of that nature, things above the reality that you're currently walking and existing in. Higher than string theory conversation. So the first question I'll answer, and I've heard this question myself in my over periods in my life. Different people for different reasons ask this question. If God is so good, why is there evil and suffering in the world? If God is so good, meaning the Most High, the creator of all things in the universe, if He is so good, why is there evil and suffering in the world? Now, because I know the Most High personally, folks, I know the answer to your question. You're chasing your own tail, right? The answer to that question is because you are in the world, society, right? The world is going to sweep your asses out, and I've been telling you this. You're not even putting this together. You also mock the Most High in the line of questioning. You've heard people say that you're not a tough guy, you're not a smarty pants. You've heard people say that when you were small on the playground and stuff like that. And the question kind of has that flavoring. If God is so good, then why is there evil in the world? You see what I'm saying? When simply God is giving you free will. There's evil in the world society because your punk asses are in the world society. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? You are the evil, folks. You have allowed the conscious evil to come in and take over your thoughts and ideas, folks. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? You're chasing your tails with this question. You have your own answer. Go look in the mirror, okay? God is good all the time, folks. God is present whether you know He's present or not. He's everywhere, all the time, anytime, every time, folks. He is the source of your life, folks. And I've been talking about this over the last series of videos. I was talking to someone not too long ago who was wondering why I'm just so obsessed, with this topic. And I said, have you ever known a greater topic? To know the Most High is to know the greatest of all things, folks. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Anything that I would love or cherish, He is those things. So in reality, I am actually loving and cherishing Him. This is why we give our praise, folks. This is why we give our acknowledgement for the life that He gives us, folks. But when you're self-centered, you don't think in those terms. When you question highness, anything that's over your pay grade, anything that is literally the real authority to you, because many of you have the narcissistic hearts I've spoken on. You don't want to bow to the Most High. We've been talking about this. Go back and look at the last couple of videos. We've been talking about this. I'm seeing this. If God is so good, why is there evil and suffering in the world? Says the fucking demoniacs. Says the fucking murderers. Says the evildoers. Right? Who have not sought him out for friendship, who have not sought him out for understanding or any of these things. See, he knows your hearts, folks. He's greater than you, folks. You know? So, the second question I'll present to you guys that I heard was looking at social media. If God is so loving, then why is there hell? If God is so loving, why is there a hell? A hellish world is what you're saying. The universe is vast, folks. And God has a balance in his science, folks. The duality, I keep trying to make you explain this to you. When you pop the hood of your car and look at your car battery, the thing that powers your car, that gives your car life, is that battery. That battery jump starts everything else, like a heart or something. And you have a duality, folks, on that battery. You have a plus side of the battery and a negative charge side to that battery. And many of you have had to jump your cars, and you understand what I'm saying about getting those cables right, or else you'll get that spark. See? Well, in God's science, because God is that science, folks, he's greater than that. But that's just a small layman's example for you to get your, wrap your minds around what I'm saying, these concepts. But God is that on steroids. God is that blueprint. He is the blueprint of what I just described to you. The universe is built on this duality. Light matter, dark matter. Positive energy and negative energy. And within that spectrum, there's all types of life and beings and conscious creation that he has created that lives in the vortexes of these fields, folks. You just so happen to be right in the middle. So you're subject to the negative energies and the positive energies. And you're given a choice in the realm that you exist in. You're really given a choice. Right? Based on that duality. That split line that you walk. See? And so there's a balance there. The hellish worlds are simply a matter of his science, folks. You say, why is there hell? But yet you do things to create hell. You consciously create your hell every day, folks. With what you internalize. Right? The violence. The glorification of self. And all of these things are what you do to create your own hell, folks. Now, I've given you the science on a technical level where you're in vibration. Go look this stuff up, folks. You will understand about atoms and certain things. This is his science. But you're in vibration. You're literally walking a plane of existence that houses both dualities, and you're in physical third-dimensional flesh. You are not your flesh. It is merely a suit, your birthday suit, that Mother Earth has given to you for your time and your stay here. Right? And it has all of these things to maintain you in this world that she holds, folks. The air she provides, your suit gives you a way to take that air in. Do you understand what I'm saying? The food she provides, that suit gives you a way to take that food in, use it for energy, and process it, and then spit it out. Your suit is perfectly designed for your stay here, folks. However, when you leave this lifetime, when you leave and check out and take this suit off, you will still exist. You who don't have a name, other than the name that the Most High has given you, who knows all names in the universe of everyone, folks, anywhere and everywhere. But you're going to exist. Now, based on the level of energy, folks, that you have, people blowing over here. Based on that level of energy that you're harnessing on some level, folks, that will decide ultimately where you move that energy. And on a technical level, if you're in low vibration, if your energy is in low vibrational frequency, folks, how do you expect to live or maintain that energy field, which is you, in a high vibrational field, folks? Do you understand what I'm trying to explain to you? This is science. You know, I can take your basic science and make you understand this using your basic bullshit science. So God's science dictates where you leave after you do all of the bullshit and dirt and evil that you're going to do in this material, on this material plane of existence, and then you think you're going to skip your ass off to sunshine and rainbows after you have brought doom and gloom. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So the evil is you, folks. You're harnessing this evil. Okay? And the third question, before I get into some other things, why is there wrath? Why is there wrath? Because God is your parent. He is the authority, and because he says what goes, right? You guys respect the wrath of governments and foolishness and people who are misleading you, right? And you respect their authority on certain levels, right? The consequences of what they'll do if you don't do their bidding. However, the Most High is providing you life, and life throughout the entire universe. He is greater than you or your bullshit authorities. That was the purpose of me giving you those examples and giving you the example so you could see that he is the authority, which is what I told you, folks. Wrath is when he tells you to do something as your authority, and because you have more invest in bullshit underarm funking authorities, people like yourself who need air that Mama Earth is making, right? If you don't do what he tells you to do or how he instructs or wants for you, then he will change the landscape because he can, folks. Now, you respect it when your bullshit authorities here on this planet, you respect it when they do it, don't you? When they lock you in your fucking house or whatever they do to you, you accept those terms. The authority and breath of your life, when he instructs you to do something, folks, you ought to do it, folks. Get your punk asses out the bed, folks. You understand? And I realize that those questions are what many of you may have thought about or have on your mind all the time. But you don't really want to know God. You're just curious. You want to still be able to do the bullshit you want to do. And that's why you even have those questions. And that's the nature of those questions. Why is there a hell? Why is there this? Meaning that you want to be able to do things, but you don't want to have a consequence for them. You want to vibrate in low energy and then move on to higher energy. Do you see what I'm saying? When none of the bullshit that you do in lower energy ideals even exist in these higher fields, folks. First of all, everything in your system is bullshit, and it wouldn't work. So for a greater day for your current reality, you're gonna have to fucking go because you don't even see the greaterness of things. You see what I'm saying? You accept the status quo, like I was saying, the low level air breathing fools who instruct you, who do things for their own self-serving purposes, who lie and are deceivers, folks, because they're demoniacs, folks. So I was looking at some other videos that were really interesting because I like to gauge what people are actually thinking in certain things, right? And the idea of, neuroticism or schizophrenia, I noticed that a lot of people, anyone who's going to know the Most High on a personal day-to-day level, on a personal physical level, is going to be labeled a schizophrenic or something because the average person is removed from him on that level, folks. But in true reality, folks, his science is reality, folks. All of the things that you have absolutely no control over whatsoever, folks, he is in charge of those things, right? I'm sitting out here, checking out the sky, honor y'all, checking out the trees, honor Mama Earth, and understanding my connection to all of those things, right? And, it's so interesting, folks, because like I said, it's easy to label someone a schizophrenic or say they're neurotic when they don't have anything to back up or supporting evidence. But the point of me giving you supporting evidence is because I'm in my completely sane frame of mind, folks. I understand that you're removed. I understand that you're ignorant. So I know in order to bring you into the fold, to get you to see some things, I'm going to have to produce some things. And this is why I gave you the example, why you got the example, right? You know, when I tell you guys that I'm out, taking walks in the woods and I'm talking to the trees and I met trees or this or that, and you laugh and you think this guy's fucking crazy. But whatever I say, folks, I can back up to you. And there are some very beautiful trees. If I showed you photos of some of the trees that I've met in recent times, you would say, who is that? You would literally say that. And I like to play a game, though. I would show you the photo and not tell you what you're looking at, and then let you describe to me what you're looking at in the photo. And then I tell you, that's the tree in the woods on the path. And you're awed and jaw dropped. But then you go back to your bullshit, folks. See, those real mechanical things, those real technical things that are doing and going every day, right, should make you realize your connection to God's science and the greater reality. The trees process your air, folks, right? Your carbon dioxide is what they take in and they give you the oxygen. But guess who the trees are, folks? Guess who they're an extension of? Mama Earth, folks. You see what I'm saying? When you know her, you know these things. God's science continuously breaks down. When you know him, is what I should say, you know all of them, and you see how his science breaks down all the way to the very last compound, folks, to the very smallest atom or cell, folks. You understand what I'm trying to get you to see? So, a lot of these things, when I've given you these examples, or you've seen some supernatural phenomena, you just got some, yesterday, in certain locations. Today you're dealing with some things, right? Supernatural phenomena that you will hear the weather forecasters say as such, right? What does that mean to you? Supernatural phenomena. Something that is more superb than natural, right? And I tell you that there's a hand who's doing it. I tell you that the heavens, who make your air and give you water and sunlight and all so forth, are doing duties for the Most High. I have taught you that you need to honor the heavens. I have taught you that you need to build relationship with the Most High, right? And so the person who denounces belief in the Most High, even though they currently walk, what made them believe in the first place other than someone telling them something? See, you guys get a lot of your information from what someone told you. And that same information is present for me to get access to as well. But the reason why it's always negated is because I have proof from the source, folks. Like I told you, you can say anything you want about the sun, but you don't know him personally, folks. You can say what you want about the moon, but you don't know her personally. You can say whatever you want to say about Mama Earth, but you don't know her personally, folks. To know the Most High is knowing them, folks. Right? And he's with you every day. He in such a way that he's so great that he is present in every moment because he is the moment, folks. This is why you need to be thankful to him every day. This is why I'm trying to educate you guys, because, the show must go on. There are some things that are going to take place, and it's time for that. I was sitting back, taking in all of these events and, telling you things, and we watched together as they transpire. And there's a purpose. See, it has to be a rhyme and reason to everything. But I've already given you the rhyme and reason. The reason is the sweep out. The sweep out is because you guys embody negative energy, folks. The reason is because Mother Earth is in charge of the earth, folks. And she decides what type of energy that she's going to host, folks. It's simple. You guys complicate things. Right? So you have all of these questions that you like to ask about why is this or why is that? And all of the things that you ask about are things that you have yourselves caused. Why is there war? Why is there hunger? Why is there this and that? You caused all of this shit, folks. Because of how you want to live, folks. I told you on Heavenly Worlds, everybody has everything, folks. They don't think like you guys think. They're not asking these questions. They're not asking if the Most High is real or not because they know him personally, folks. They have personal relationships with him. The majority of you are removed from him on a level where you do not believe that he is the source of your life. You understand? So when the time comes to be done away with, you will be one of the first people to be done away with, folks. You're useless, right? He's the authority, folks. You know? So I'm tired of those questions. You know, at this point right now, what are we going to do? The proactive part, the part that most people want to watch this video to get to. What am I going to do about it? Well, you're seeing me do something about it. I told you I'm going to pull some strings, folks. My relationship to the Most High, I do not take for granted. My relationship to him is for a purpose, folks. And now I'm going to fully, investigate that purpose. You know? But you should be spending your time trying to give him praise and thank him for all of the things that he has provided you that you have not paid him for. Which I'm trying to get you guys to understand. What is the evil and the suffering that we keep talking about? Who is creating it? Who's accepting it? See how this works? See how you're part of this no matter how you look at it? Right? You live in a society where you are charged literally for water. Right? In some cases. Water that Mama Earth is providing you, that is an essential component of your life. You haven't paid her a dime. However, you've reasoned that it's okay for some authority to impose a tax or something on you for this water. You see how this works? Sunlight, same thing. Anything that you have, they're providing you, folks. They are the landscape, folks. And more importantly, the Most High is them, folks. So on every level, you are being provided the things that you have. How do you turn around and take those things, not thank God for them, not mention him anywhere, take him out of schools, take him out of everything, and still benefit from all of this blessing that he gives you to experience this life and not even acknowledge him? Do you understand what I'm saying to you? To not even honor the heavens. So if you haven't paid Mama Earth with interest, because you charge interest to everyone else, then when she starts taking away these things that you've taken for granted, then it's fair, right? The great sun does not have to shine on your punk asses, and I've told you that many times. And you're going to figure this out soon, right? Enough of these foolish questions. Now you need to be asking how you can get closer to God. You need to be asking how you can have a relationship with him. Well, first of all, you need to talk to him every day, right? Because you do really know he's real, right? I think many of you are trying to just, it's easier for you to not have to realize some things about looking at him, because to have a relationship with him is to have the most real relationship that you would ever have ever in reality, folks. He is your reality. To look at him is to look at yourself, folks, in every way. There is nothing you can hide from him. The blemish that you got on your behind, the freaking day that you forgot to put deodorant on. He knows all of this stuff, folks. He is with you in every moment, folks. So when you're dealing with God, you have to be raw. You have to be bare bones, because you cannot bullshit him on any level. He knows you inside out better than you know yourself. He knew you before you even got here, folks. You see what I'm saying? The questions you need to be asking at this point are, how can I get closer to him? Right? Instead of just calling on him when you need some help, right? That's what I'm trying to explain to you guys. You see? Everything is about what you want and your satisfactions. And there's a place for you. If you like to embody low negative energy, there's a place for you, folks. You're going to get there really soon. Next video, folks.